Have you ever met someone and instantly felt that they carry a rare kind of presence, a sense of depth, grace, and authenticity that's almost magnetic? In a world full of distractions, spotting truly high quality women isn't just about beauty or charm. It's about noticing the subtle things, the values, the mindset, the strength that defines her essence. Today, we're diving deep into the traits that make a woman stand out as someone truly remarkable. Stay with me because this isn't just about dating, it's about recognizing quality, integrity, and character in the people you surround yourself with. Self respect and confidence are the foundations of a high quality woman, and they manifest in ways that are both subtle and profound. A woman with self respect knows her worth, not in comparison to others, but as an absolute understanding of who she is and what she stands for. She does not allow anyone to dictate her value, nor does she seek validation from the opinions of others. This isn't arrogance or entitlement. It is an inner clarity that creates boundaries and establishes a standard for how she expects to be treated. When she enters a room, her posture, her gaze, and the way she interacts with people all silently communicate that she is someone who deserves respect. She is not easily swayed by flattery or superficial attention, because her sense of worth is rooted in authenticity rather than approval. She understands that her value is inherent and does not fluctuate based on external circumstances or the whims of others, which gives her an unwavering presence that is quietly magnetic. Confidence for a high quality woman is not loud or overbearing. It is a quiet assurance that informs every decision she makes and every interaction she has. She moves through the world with a sense of purpose, and her confidence is evident in the way she speaks, the choices she makes, and the manner in which she carries herself. It is the kind of confidence that does not need to dominate a conversation or demand attention because it radiates naturally from her demeanor. This confidence allows her to navigate challenges with grace, to stand firm in her beliefs even when others oppose her, and to assert herself without fear of judgment. She does not seek to diminish others to elevate herself because her self-assuredness is not dependent on comparison. It is intrinsic and self-sustaining. She makes decisions with clarity, speaks her truth without hesitation, and embraces both her strengths and her vulnerabilities with equal acceptance. A woman with self-respect and confidence also knows how to protect her time, energy, and emotional well-being. She recognizes that her boundaries are not negotiable, and she enforces them consistently, whether in personal relationships, professional environments, or social interactions. She understands that saying no is not a sign of weakness, but an act of self-care and preservation. Her confidence allows her to navigate rejection or criticism without losing her sense of self, because she knows that external opinions do not define her value. She is selective about the people she allows into her inner circle, surrounding herself with individuals who respect her principles and encourage her growth. Her self-respect extends to her choices in relationships, friendships, and professional partnerships, ensuring that she engages only in interactions that uplift her and align with her standards. Moreover, her self-respect is reflected in the way she communicates. She speaks with clarity, honesty, and conviction, never compromising her beliefs to appease others or to fit societal expectations. Her words carry weight because they are rooted in truth, and her confidence ensures that she does not apologize for asserting herself or expressing her needs. She embodies the understanding that confidence is not about being superior, but about being comfortable in her own skin, embracing her individuality, and refusing to settle for less than she deserves. Emotional intelligence is one of the most distinguishing traits of a high-quality woman, and it goes far beyond being polite or friendly. It is the ability to understand, navigate, and manage emotions, both her own and those of the people around her, with grace and awareness. A woman with emotional intelligence does not react impulsively to situations or let her feelings control her actions. Instead, she observes, processes, and responds thoughtfully. She is attuned to the subtle cues of body language, tone, and behavior, which allows her to understand the underlying emotions of others without needing them to explicitly state how they feel. This awareness gives her an extraordinary ability to connect with people on a deeper level, creating a sense of trust and comfort in her presence. She recognizes that emotions are not weaknesses, but powerful indicators of human experience, and she approaches them with mindfulness rather than judgment or dismissal. A high quality woman with emotional intelligence is self aware, meaning she understands her own emotions and the reasons behind them. She can identify when she is feeling frustrated, anxious, or sad, and takes responsibility for managing these feelings rather than projecting them onto others. This self awareness allows her to maintain composure in challenging situations and make decisions that are grounded in clarity rather than temporary emotional impulses. She knows that reacting out of anger or insecurity often leads to regret, so she cultivates patience and reflection before responding. This does not mean she suppresses her emotions. Rather, she expresses them in constructive ways that foster understanding and connection. Her emotional intelligence enables her to navigate complex social dynamics with ease, resolving conflicts without unnecessary drama, and maintaining relationships built on respect and empathy. Empathy is a central component of emotional intelligence, and a high quality woman demonstrates this through her interactions. She listens actively, not just waiting for her turn to speak, but genuinely absorbing what the other person is communicating. She validates feelings without judgment, creating a safe space for others to express themselves. Her empathy allows her to anticipate the needs of those around her and respond in ways that are considerate and supportive. However, she also knows how to balance empathy with boundaries, understanding that caring for others does not mean compromising her own well being. She can offer support without losing herself in someone else's emotions, maintaining a healthy balance that protects her energy while fostering meaningful connections. Emotional intelligence also manifests in resilience and adaptability. A high quality woman can navigate life's challenges without being overwhelmed by stress or negativity. She understands that change and adversity are inevitable, and she approaches them with a mindset of growth rather than defeat. Her ability to manage emotions under pressure allows her to think clearly, solve problems efficiently, and maintain stability in her personal and professional life. Additionally, she is skilled at reading the emotional climate of a situation and adjusting her approach accordingly, whether it requires assertiveness, diplomacy, or compassion. Her emotional intelligence makes her an anchor in relationships and communities, as people naturally feel understood, supported, and respected around her. She is not easily swayed by gossip, drama, or negativity because she evaluates situations with emotional clarity. Her presence brings calm and balance, not because she avoids emotions, but because she navigates them with skill, awareness, and empathy. Ambition and purpose are defining characteristics of a high quality woman, and they reveal themselves not through boastful statements or superficial achievements, but through the quiet determination and clarity with which she approaches her life. A woman with ambition has a vision for herself that extends beyond the ordinary. She sets goals that challenge her, inspire growth, and require dedication. She does not wait for opportunities to come to her. Instead, she actively seeks them out, cultivates her skills, and works tirelessly to bring her aspirations to life. Her ambition is not about competing with others or proving her worth externally. It is an internal drive that fuels her progress and motivates her to become the best version of herself. It is reflected in her daily actions, the choices she makes, and the sacrifices she is willing to endure to move closer to her dreams. Purpose complements ambition by providing direction and meaning to her efforts. A high quality woman understands that life is not merely a series of tasks or accomplishments, but a journey guided by intention and values. Her purpose is the lens through which she evaluates opportunities, relationships, and challenges, ensuring that everything she engages in aligns with her long term vision. This sense of purpose gives her resilience in the face of setbacks and clarity when navigating difficult decisions. She is not easily distracted by short term gains, societal expectations. A woman with ambition and purpose inspires those around her without trying to. Her energy is contagious because it comes from a place of authenticity and commitment rather than obligation or performance. She approaches her passions with consistency and determination, understanding that meaningful growth requires patience, effort, and persistence. Her conversations, planning, and daily routines are aligned with her long term goals, and she seeks to surround herself with people who uplift, challenge, and motivate her, rather than those who drain her energy or hold her back. This selective approach to her environment further amplifies her ability to focus on her ambitions while maintaining her mental and emotional well being. Ambition also manifests in the way she handles failure and setbacks. A high quality woman does not allow obstacles to define her or derail her progress. She treats challenges as opportunities to learn, grow, and refine her strategies, understanding that perseverance is more important than instant success. Her resilience is fueled by a deep sense of purpose, which allows her to view temporary failures as stepping stones rather than insurmountable barriers. This combination of ambition and purpose creates a strong internal compass, guiding her through uncertainty, pressure, and the complexities of life. Moreover, her ambition is often paired with a desire to create impact, not just for herself, but for the people and communities around her. She recognizes that true fulfillment comes from contributing to something greater than personal gain, whether it is through her work, her relationships, or her influence. Her purpose driven approach to life ensures that her ambitions are meaningful, sustainable, and aligned with her values. Kindness and compassion are often overlooked traits when discussing high quality women, yet they are among the most powerful and defining qualities a woman can possess. A woman who embodies kindness does so not as a performance for recognition, but as a genuine reflection of her heart and character. Her compassion is quiet, consistent, and natural, flowing from an understanding that everyone carries struggles, fears, and insecurities. She listens deeply, without judgment, and responds to others with patience and care. Whether it is a friend, a stranger, or even someone she disagrees with, she approaches interactions with empathy and respect, understanding that her words and actions can have a lasting impact on those around her. Her kindness is not dependent on convenience or personal gain. It is a deliberate choice to uplift, support, and bring light into the lives of others whenever possible. A high quality woman's compassion is paired with emotional presence. She recognizes when someone is struggling and can sense unspoken needs or emotions. This sensitivity allows her to offer help in ways that are meaningful and appropriate, rather than intrusive or superficial. She understands that compassion is not about solving every problem or fixing every situation, but about being present, acknowledging feelings, and providing comfort when needed. Her empathy creates a sense of safety and trust. encouraging others to open up, be vulnerable, and feel valued. In her presence, people feel seen and heard, not because she demands attention, but because her authenticity and concern for others make her approachable and trustworthy. Kindness in a high quality woman is also reflected in her actions, both large and small. She doesn't reserve her care for those who can benefit her, nor does she expect praise or reward for her generosity. From offering encouragement to someone who feels unseen to standing up for fairness and justice when others are overlooked, her acts of compassion demonstrate a deep moral awareness and a commitment to humanity. She understands that the impact of kindness extends beyond the immediate moment. It creates ripples that influence relationships, communities, and the environment around her. Her compassion is active, not passive. It motivates her to contribute positively, even when it requires patience, effort, or personal sacrifice. A high quality woman's kindness is balanced by discernment and self respect. She is compassionate without compromising her own boundaries or values. She does not allow her generosity to be exploited or her empathy to become a source of vulnerability in harmful situations. Instead, she navigates the world with awareness, offering support where it is welcomed and maintaining distance where it is necessary. This balance enhances the authenticity of her compassion, as it stems from a genuine desire to help rather than guilt, obligation, or the need for approval. Her kindness is steady and unwavering, even in environments where negativity, cynicism, or indifference prevail. Her compassion also influences the way she engages in relationships. She prioritizes understanding, forgiveness, and patience, recognizing that everyone is on a personal journey filled with challenges and growth opportunities. She models emotional generosity, demonstrating that true strength is not only in resilience or ambition, but also in the capacity to care deeply and act with empathy. This combination of kindness and compassion defines her character, shapes her interactions, and quietly inspires those around her. Authenticity and integrity are the cornerstones of a high quality woman, defining the depth of her character in a way that goes far beyond appearances or social perception. A woman who embodies authenticity lives her life in alignment with her true self, without pretending to be someone she is not to fit in or gain approval. She understands that her value is not determined by how others perceive her, but by how closely she honors her own principles and beliefs. This authenticity is evident in every facet of her life, from the way she communicates, to the choices she makes, to the relationships she nurtures. She does not wear masks to please others or conform to societal expectations. Instead, she embraces her individuality with confidence and grace. Her authenticity creates a magnetic presence because it radiates honesty, self-awareness, and emotional courage. People naturally feel drawn to her because she exudes a sense of reliability and truth that is rare in a world often dominated by superficiality and pretense. Integrity, on the other hand, is the consistent alignment of her values, words, and actions. A high-quality woman does not compromise her morals for convenience, gain, or the fear of judgment. She makes decisions guided by what she knows is right, even when it is difficult or unpopular. This adherence to her principles demonstrates strength, reliability, and maturity, and it sets her apart in environments where compromise is often mistaken for flexibility. Integrity also influences the way she handles mistakes, failures, and conflicts. She takes responsibility for her actions, acknowledges when she is wrong, and strives to make amends when necessary, all without seeking to justify herself or blame others. This commitment to truth and accountability creates trust and respect in her relationships, both personal and professional, because those around her know that she can be relied upon to act honorably, even when no one is watching. A woman with authenticity and integrity also possesses emotional honesty. She expresses her feelings and opinions with clarity, without manipulation, passive aggression, or pretension. She communicates openly, yet with thoughtfulness, ensuring that her words reflect her genuine thoughts and intentions. Her honesty does not alienate. Instead, it cultivates deeper connections because people feel safe being vulnerable and truthful in her presence. This emotional transparency is balanced with empathy and tact, allowing her to navigate sensitive situations with grace while remaining true to herself. Her authenticity extends to her ambitions, lifestyle choices, and relationships. She pursues goals that align with her passions rather than following trends or external pressures. She engages in relationships that respect her individuality and values, avoiding those that demand she compromise her identity. Even in social settings, her integrity ensures that she is consistent in her principles, refusing to partake in gossip, deceit, or actions that undermine her sense of self. Her life is a reflection of who she truly is, not a performance for approval, accolades, or validation from others. Independence and self sufficiency are defining traits of a high quality woman, reflecting her ability to navigate life with confidence, responsibility, and resilience. A woman who embodies independence understands that her happiness, security, and sense of fulfillment are ultimately her own responsibility. She does not rely on others to define her worth, validate her choices, or provide stability in her life. This independence is not rooted in isolation or detachment, but in a deep understanding of self reliance and personal accountability. She has cultivated the skills, mindset, and emotional strength necessary to manage her own life, and this self sufficiency allows her to approach relationships, career opportunities, and challenges from a place of choice rather than need. Her independence is reflected in her decisions, her ambitions, and the way she structures her life, demonstrating that she is capable of thriving on her own while remaining open to meaningful connections. Self sufficiency for a high quality woman extends to multiple areas of life, including emotional, financial, and practical domains. Emotionally, she can regulate her own feelings, process challenges, and maintain stability without depending on external sources for constant reassurance or validation. She recognizes that relying on others for emotional fulfillment can create imbalance, and instead she cultivates inner resilience through reflection, self-awareness, and personal growth. Financially, she takes responsibility for her own stability, managing resources, planning for the future, and making decisions that ensure her security. This financial independence is not about wealth alone, but about autonomy, the freedom to make choices that align with her values without being constrained by reliance on others. Practically, she is capable of handling her day-to-day life, solving problems, and making informed decisions with confidence, demonstrating competence and self-reliance in every action. A high-quality woman's independence is also reflected in her mindset. She approaches life with a sense of empowerment, knowing that she has the ability to create her own path, face challenges, and overcome obstacles without undue dependence on external circumstances. Her self sufficiency does not make her distant or disconnected from others. Rather, it allows her to engage in relationships and collaborations from a position of strength, choice, and mutual respect. She can contribute meaningfully to partnerships without being beholden to them for her happiness, which creates balanced and healthy dynamics. Her independence inspires respect because it is rooted in competence, clarity, and self assurance rather than defiance or detachment. Moreover, independence and self sufficiency encourage a high quality woman to continuously grow and evolve. She understands that relying solely on others for guidance or direction limits personal development, so she takes initiative to learn, explore, and expand her skills, knowledge, and experiences. She embraces challenges as opportunities to strengthen her capabilities and confidence, viewing setbacks as lessons rather than threats to her stability. This growth oriented mindset reinforces her self reliance, making her adaptable in the face of change, resilient under pressure, and capable of navigating life with grace and determination. Her independence is not about rejecting support or collaboration, but about ensuring that her sense of self and her ability to thrive remain intact no matter the circumstances. In the end, spotting a high quality woman is about much more than appearances or charm. It's about recognizing depth, values, and character. She is someone who embodies self respect and confidence, carrying herself with dignity and clarity. She navigates the world with emotional intelligence, understanding herself and others in ways that foster meaningful connections. Her ambition and purpose drive her forward, inspiring growth not just in herself, but in those around her. Kindness and compassion flow naturally from her heart, leaving a lasting impact on everyone she encounters. She is authentic and operates with unwavering integrity, living a life aligned with her values and truth. And her independence and self sufficiency allow her to thrive on her own terms, making choices rooted in self awareness and strength. Recognizing these traits isn't about judgment or comparison. It's about understanding the qualities that elevate a person, that create depth, and that cultivate relationships filled with respect and authenticity. A high quality woman leaves an impression not because she seeks attention, but because her presence, principles, and actions reflect the kind of strength and character that are truly rare. Appreciating these qualities allows us to not only value such individuals, but also reflect on our own growth, our own standards, and the kind of people we choose to surround ourselves with.